Hi, third grade. So today we're going to be talking about gravity. Gravity is the biggest force on Earth, and it's always pulling us down. However, we as people can do things to overcome gravity because we are using what's called an opposing force. So our muscles and our bones actually help us to be able to stand up, to sit up like I'm doing now, because they are pushing with a force against gravity. That's what it means to be an opposing force. It's pushing against it. And what exactly is a force? It is a push or a pull. So we're going to use my ball here as an example. And we know a force is a push or a pull. My cameraman got a little worried with that. But we can also stop gravity in a number of ways. For instance, if I throw this ball in the air, I can stop it with my hands. It did not hit the table. It did not hit the ground. So you can stop gravity while it is pulling something down, because when I throw it up, gravity's pulling it down. And when I caught that ball, I stopped it in the action of being pulled further towards the ground. So gravity and me stopping it. So today's experiment is about gravity and how gravity is always going to pull the heavier object quicker. So I don't really have a heavier object with me. I have a packet of stars and they don't really feel heavier, but if I drop them at the same time, the heavier object hit my table first, because gravity is always pulling the heavier object down. So we can stop gravity. We are built to be opposing to gravity, and the heavier object is always going to be pulled by gravity faster. So today's experiment with gravity is called Lab Penny. And all you need is a couple of pennies, a glass, and a note card. Now I'm using this particular glass because it's not too tall. If you get really tall with this, or one of the glasses that kind of go out, it'll become unbalanced. And we know that an object at rest, like my pennies, my cup, and my card, will stay at rest unless an unbalanced force moves them. So something already going. All right, so we have all of our items, and what we're going to do is start with our index card. We're going to place our index card on top of our cup. And again, I made sure to pick a cup that allowed the index card to kind of flow over on either side. If your cup is really, really wide, make sure you do give your index card a little bit of space, just like that, because of what's going to happen next. Now, we're going to start only with one penny. There we go. And my penny right now is an object at rest. It is not going to do anything until an opposing force acts upon it. Now, the next part of the penny drop is that we're going to have that opposing force be gravity. But I'm going to try to do this by flicking the index card. Now, I have practiced, but y'all all know Miss Bender, and sometimes even if she practices, it doesn't work out right. So the goal is to flick it like straight. Don't flick it underneath where it pops it up. You want to flick it straight on. So let's see if Miss Bender can do it. Woo! I did it. So you flick it straight on, gravity will actually pull your penny into the cup. And the cup is the opposing force that stops gravity. Now, why didn't our penny just slide off with our index card? It's because our index card is smooth. There is not enough friction to take the penny with it. Remember, friction is something that helps slow down speed. Like when you rub your hands together, excuse me guys, when you rub your hands together, you can feel the heat and the friction of your hands because they're slowing each other down. You can feel the bumps in your hand. Now, to make this challenge even harder, you can add pennies and you can stack them up how big your stack can go before, there we go. I can only do 4 because that's what I have right now, but let's see if I can do it. There you go. Now, you do not want to flick your card underneath, because if you flick your card underneath, and let me give you an example of that, it won't do what it's supposed to. It'll actually fling your penny off like that. And you don't want your penny to be flung off, because you want to see that there is no friction on your index card to stop your penny from sliding right into that cup. Okay guys, that's my lesson for today. Please make sure you take the quiz that goes along with this. It's only 4 or 5 questions, and hopefully it's not too hard. Bye, 3rd grade.